What's up everybody, welcome back to Double T Gaming, another gameplay guide for Overwatch, and this time we're going to be looking at McRee. Now, to give a little background on McRee, he used to be a member of the Deadlock Gang, a gang which kind of trafficked different types of hardware and weapons, like anything, any type of military weapons and military hardware. Overwatch eventually caught him and his gang, and he pretty much gave him a choice: either come join our covert operation things called Blackwatch, or go to prison, and obviously he chose to join Blackwatch. Now, he wanted to make amends for all of his past sins by fighting crime. In this Blackwatch organization, he was very happy with all the flexibility they had, being a covert ops thing. But eventually, the Blackwatch operation eventually started to go rogue, and McRee didn't want to be any part of that, so he kind of went on his own and went underground. Eventually, he came back up a few years later and became a hired gun, but only did jobs that kind of truly, that he believed were just, jobs that he wanted to do that he felt were right. And eventually, and here he is today. Okay, that's just a little background on McRee, and we're going to get into what he does. So he uses his revolver called the Peacekeeper. It's a incredibly powerful gun. So first of all, his main shot, just what I just showed you, is just shooting the gun. 2 headshots is instant death from about mid-range to close, and yeah, it does a lot of damage. It's a small hit radius, so it's kind of hard to hit with, but if you use your left trigger, it unloads every shot in one single clip, which is also very useful to do. And when you're fighting like very up close range against like a Roadhog or a Winston or something, and you're just like and you start unloading everything you got on him. Okay, his other ability is called the combat roll. This is actually a very useful. It's very quickly used. It doesn't really cover that much ground, but it's also a very easy way to just reload very quickly. Because you can see I have 4 out of 6 in the clip right now. If you roll, he also reloads the entire gun with it, and so that's very useful to use. It's not very good for being mobile. I guess it kind of gets you out of the way faster, but it's not something like a Genji that can just basically put you across the map in 2 seconds if you really wanted to. It doesn't go that far, but it's pretty easy to use, and I enjoy it. Now, his other ability, which probably his best ability, which is on a 10-second cooldown actually, is his flashbang ability. Now, you can't really see it right now, but you can see this little oops. I thought I was scoping it for a sec, but it's a small blast he shoots from his hand. It kind of staggers all the enemies around it. It's a good way to kind of just get other people off his track. It's a good way to stop Reaper's Death Blossom, his ultimate ability. It kind of just throws everyone off their game with how quick it comes out and how much effectiveness it actually has for something ability like this. I think it's a little overpowered at this point, how fast it does come out of his hands and how big the radius it actually has is. Judging from the side of the blast, it should not be that big, but anyway, that's just me. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. Alright, so McRee's ultimate ability, it's called Deadeye. So basically, he lines up all the shots. See 2 people in my sights, you just shoot, kill a shot on both of them. It's actually a very cool ability to use, but it does take a little bit to aim up the shot, and you are practically vulnerable when you're aiming up the shot. In fact, if you're going up against a Genji and you're aiming up a shot, he can use his deflect ability and deflect the kill shot right back at you, and it's instant death. It's very embarrassing. It's very cool if you're the Genji doing it, but it is very embarrassing if you're the one that's actually being killed by it. That's basically all he has. He just has a melee ability, just punching with his cyborg fist or whatever. McRee, I think at the moment he's a little bit overpowered for what he can do. He does have very strong shots, but he's not that difficult to use as a character. His shots are kind of hard to hit with, but if you do want to spray with him, go right ahead. Instant reload, flashbang. But yeah, I'd probably rate him like a 3 out of 5 right now. He's not that hard to use. He's not the easiest to use. He is very good in kind of close to mid-range situations. From distance, if you got a good aim, you could maybe if you got a good aim, you're good with him. But from distance, it does still take 2 shots. And he's, oh, look at that. See, that's just cool. I think his ultimate's pretty cool. But yeah, that's pretty much all you need to know about McRee. He's kind of a mid to close range fighter. Just pretty much uses a pistol. Not very mobile. All he has is that combat roll. It does reload your gun though, and the flashbang is very useful for kind of any situation. His ultimate, it's if you're not being noticed and hopefully other team has their volume down, then you can get away with it. But that's pretty much all I got for Genji. He's a pretty good character. I use him sometimes when I fall back on some stupid things, or when somebody kills me with McRee, I use him. I said Genji, didn't I? Did not mean to say Genji, I meant to say McRee. But yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching Double T Gaming, and leave a comment. Tell me what you do with McRee. Tell me how difficult you think he is. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. Just tell me how to be better. I want to get good at this game. I want this game to be like my niche. This in 2K to be my niche. But yeah, leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe if this helped you out. I'm almost at, I think, what, 650, I think? I don't know. But thank you guys for watching Double T Gaming. See you guys in the next video.